Once again, we have huge XRP related news. And I can't help but think that this is all happening because we're so close to the end of this case. And I predicted something like this, didn't I? I said, I believe that as we got closer to the end of this case, XRP related companies and Ripple might start making bigger announcements, saving this is all just conditioning and preparation, is letting the people know, hey, listen, we're close to the end. This is about to be serious business right now. And I think the technique is they save the biggest announcements for after everything is clear, the case is over, we get that gavel bang from the judge, hey, this is it. Then they start dropping the big stuff. But here we go. This article is titled XRP Ledger to offer tokenized U.S. Treasury bills. We're talking T-bills, folks. You know, we used to cover T-bills a lot a few months back. Tokenized U.S. Treasury bills with this new partnership. We're getting one big announcement after another. If this isn't bullish, I don't know what is. Muy linda. If there's ever something that's going to get a muy linda, it's been this last 2 weeks. Let's read this little tidbit here. It says, XRP Ledger recently partnered with Open Eden to offer tokenized U.S. Treasury bills, with Ripple investing a whopping $10 million in Open Eden's T-bills. In a groundbreaking move, the XRP Ledger will now roll out tokenized U.S. Treasury bills to investors with a Ripple partnership. This development comes through a partnership with Open Eden, a tokenization platform. This move is set to transform decentralized finance space by integrating traditional real-world assets into the XRPL ecosystem. Hence, it will provide new investment opportunities and enhanced security. This also shows you the respect, the prestigious nature of the XRPL. That's huge. If they're going to be doing this, listen, this is a huge step towards the tokenization of everything. This is why the video yesterday was so important, in my humble opinion. When you're thinking about the tokenization of assets, real world assets, we're talking about everything being tokenized, everything in those banks. So you look at the retail aspect of the banks, look at the wholesale aspects of the banks, but also keep in mind the total asset values that those banks have. That's huge. That's why in Brazil, you look at the retail amount, like 160 something billion. Then you look at the total assets value that they possess. And not just those banks, but I'm just using that as an example. You look at all of these banks together, they're going to tokenize as much as they can. Make sure that value flows, and they can increase, how they can make capital off of a lot of these things that they have that are traditional, or thought to be traditional anyway. So now it continues on here. It says Open Eden's introduction of tokenized T-bills to the XRP Ledger marks a significant milestone. T-bills, short-term U.S. government debt obligations backed by the Department of Treasury, will be available as T-bill tokens on the XRPL. It's a game changer, 100%. Meanwhile, these tokens are backed by short-dated U.S. T-bills. Okay, that's how they're starting. That makes sense to me. That's interesting. And which means that in the future, obviously, they're going to expand. It says to ensure security and regulatory compliance, mentors undergo stringent know your customer and anti-money laundering screenings. In addition, Ripple, the firm behind the crypto XRP, is committing $10 million to Open Eden's T-bill tokens. This investment is part of a larger fund allocated to tokenized T-bills provided by Open Eden and other issuers. Marcus Infanger, senior vice president at RippleX, emphasized the importance of this development and stated, quote, tokenized U.S. Treasury bills demonstrate the potential of real-world assets in driving utility and new opportunities on decentralized platforms. Meanwhile, the XRPL's robust infrastructure supports institutional-grade financial applications. Its features, including automated market makers, we know about all of this stuff. Decentralized identifiers, DID, multi-purpose tokens, capability, lending protocols. That's going to be huge when it comes to the banks and these financial institutions. And native Oracle support make it a prime platform for RWA tokenization. I mean, I can't talk about RWA enough. I don't think they can emphasize it enough. That's trillions just sitting there, countless trillions, and it's going to be taken once everything is up and streamlined. I think this is going to be taken quite easily. I'm not just talking about the XRPL. You got quite a few very good platforms for real world asset tokenization. It's just a matter of one doing their research and finding out who are who are at the forefront of this and who can actually pull it off. You have to have a few variables in there. So it says this, and keep in mind, this is just a beginning. They're just starting out here. Open Eden's T-bill tokens reflecting $75 million in total value locked showcase growing market confidence in this approach. And that's not bad for a start. It's just a beginning. This is the partnership between XRP Ledger and Open Eden is not just about technology, but about expanding access. Exactly. Open Eden has attracted a diverse range of institutional clients, including foundations, corporate treasuries, and buy-side funds. Listen, after a short while, and we'll keep our eye on this, if they're satisfied with this, no doubt in my mind, they're going to expand this vastly. Everything that can be tokenized will be tokenized, right? They're going to unlock that value. They're going to speed everything up, and they want more control. This is going to happen. Jerry Ng, co-founder of Open Eden, stated, quote, bringing tokenized T-bills to the XRP Ledger marks a pivotal step in our journey. Investors will soon be able to mint T-bill tokens via stablecoins, including Ripple USD, set to launch later this year. Meanwhile, Ripple's, and imagine the flow from, value that's made from T-bills back into the stable coins, and then people saying to themselves, hey, hold on a minute, I want to make a little bit with XRP. Of course, they're going to be very familiar with XRP, most people that use this platform, and that flow into XRP, just partially. I don't think all of it will flow into XRP, but even a partial taking of that is enough. I mean, once again, look at how many $1 trillion sectors Ripple and XRP are a part of. That's huge. That's major. So they only need to take a little bit of a lot of each of those. And if you add all of that up, that is a lot of value, a whole lot of value. This is my humble opinion. You don't have to agree with me. I like to say that every video. And also, what's the other thing I have to say? I'm a little tired. My apologies. Not financial advice. There you go. It's not. Why did you let me forget? It's not financial advice. All right. You have to listen. You have to stick that in there. You got to just do it. All right. So now let's move on here. What do we have here? With a little bit of Bitcoin news. All right. Let's cover the big dog here. What's going on here today with Bitcoin? And listen, we know the catalysts that are happening. I believe I covered it. It was either in yesterday's video or the members only video. I'm not sure which one. Maybe I posted in the members only section. We covered it somewhere yesterday. We know the catalyst. We see what's going on. But here's the thing. It doesn't last long. All the positive catalysts are still there. The market is still bullish. The future is ultra bullish for the top cryptos, the respected utility coins across the board. The future is very bullish. When that bull run pops off, I mean, how dramatic things go off when the true bull run, because some people, this is the beginning of the bull run. For me, I don't consider this the bull run until I see explosions in prices of the top cryptos, like real explosions, like in 2021 type explosions. All right. That's when I'm like, okay, this is a bull market. This is a buildup right now to an explosion, I believe. You could disagree with that. Some people, like I said, some people are saying that this is the bull market right now. I think it's more neutral than anything. You see the fluctuations up and down, up and down, up and down, right? Hasn't been anything major with the altcoins. But in 2021, and that's what I go by, 2021, you saw everything skyrocket together. Bitcoin went up. XRP went up. Cardano exploded. Polygon exploded. Algorand exploded. XLM exploded. I mean, I could go down the list. A lot of things were doing great. A lot of things. So that's what I go by. That's my bull run. Everybody's each his own. Anyway, this article is titled, Hong Kong's largest online broker launched Bitcoin trading. That's bullish, 100%. Futu Securities, Hong Kong's biggest online brokerage with over 3.5 million customers, has launched retail Bitcoin trading on its platform. As per South China Morning Post, users can now directly buy and sell Bitcoin and Ether using Hong Kong or US dollars. Good progress is being made towards the mass adoption of crypto, mass acceptance of crypto. Good. And it's a pretty good pacing right now. Like I said, I feel like they're rushing it and for good reason. And I'm not against it at all. I'd like it to go faster. So this is good. Futu is the first online broker in Hong Kong to offer direct Bitcoin access to retail investors. Last month, the company received approval from the City Securities and Futures Commission to provide virtual asset dealing services. The move comes as Hong Kong approved a Bitcoin and Ethereum exchange traded fund earlier this year. With a new licensing regime for exchanges and other policy initiatives, Hong Kong aims to position itself as a Bitcoin and crypto hub. There's a race right now for that. You have the UK trying to become the world's crypto hub. You have the UAE, the MENA region, trying to become the crypto hub. And of course, you have Hong Kong. And I'll tell you what, right now, in my humble opinion, from what I'm seeing, and don't get me wrong, UK is making a huge push. Bank of England's making a huge push. And they have top-notch technology in Quant and Ripple. XRPL related technologies. Those are the two I know that they work with the most. But Hong Kong, they have some heavy hitters working over there. They have the Bank for International Settlements assisting them. They have Ripple assisting them. And they have been going full blast. Same thing with the MENA regions, even deeper. They're just very quiet about what they're doing. They have Zenfin active in that region. At least I believe I remember the article about Zenfin being active in that region to some capacity. Hedera is active in that region, from what I know. Ripple definitely is deep in that. We know the banks. We've gone over the banks multiple times. Ripple's deep in there, XRP. I'm trying to remember, is Stellar in that MENA region? Well, I can't say right now. I don't remember off the top of my head. There's someone else in there. I believe it's Algorand is in there also. I believe. Make sure you just look all of this up if you want to research it. All right. I'm just going off the top of my head. This is like three and a half years worth of research in this noggin. So some stuff I might remember clearly. Some stuff I might not. I'm not going to pretend with you. But what I will do is say, here, this is what I remember or what I believe I read. And then you can go research that yourself. Right. It's better to know for yourself. That's how I feel. So then it continues on here. Where did we leave off, folks? You let me get off track. You let me get lost out here in the wilderness. The move comes as, okay, we read that part, by allowing retail Bitcoin trading on its main app, Futu, is leapfrogging rivals. I told you, it's like a battle right now, race. They all want to be at the forefront because whoever's at the forefront and takes a huge piece of control in the crypto markets, that's a lot of power and a lot of value. And you have the opportunity to set precedents as well. There's a lot of precedents to be set, but then the question is why, right? Because so many people are like, well, Bitcoin's been around for so many years. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't change the fact that it's still in its nascent phases. Crypto as a whole are still in its infancy. It's all in its infancy, its baby stages, and is now beginning to grow. We're getting good regulations in some regions, and we're getting some pushes for mass adoption. A lot is going on right now. It says to attract new Bitcoin and crypto users, Futu is offering incentives like Alibaba and Nvidia stock as rewards. I remember it's so funny. A lot of companies used to do that, offer stocks as rewards for doing certain things. I remember I got a certain stock, and I immediately, as soon as I got that stock, I went into deep research mode, right? And I'm looking at this and I'm like, I can't. But after I finished that research, this is why I always research the stuff that you're given. Like if these companies give you some stock, right? You might think it's trash. It might not be. And at first I was just going to sell it, and I did the research and I said, wait a minute, this could be something. I did a little bit more research. I said, oh, let me hold this for a while. And I held it for a while. And do you know it? It exploded. It was something that was needed at the time. See, I try to look for things I think the world is going to need. And they needed it. And it went boom. I said, oh, I'm so glad I didn't sell it early. And then I sold it. I took profit on that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was a good day. I felt great that day. So anyway, yeah, sometimes these things can be potent, right? The things that they give you. It says customers who deposit HK 10,000 for 60 days get HK 600 of Bitcoin. Really? They're rewarding the people with Bitcoin. Interesting. Or vouchers and shares. They got to prove it to me that they actually have given those people that Bitcoin. That's interesting though. But that's interesting considering where Bitcoin could go. It says bigger depositors can earn more rewards. Okay, so now we got that out of the way. Let's move on here a little bit. What else do we have here today? Let's go to this Solana news. I want to jump to this Solana news. See if we can squeeze this in here. So this article is titled Solana Price Analysis. $210 target remains strong amid 8% correction. Well, what's the timeline you're talking about here? You talking about short term? You talking about long term? Long term, once again, not financial advice, just my humble opinion. I could see Solana exploding way past $210, but I'm going to assume, and we'll jump into the article. Just bear with me. I like to give my thoughts. I like to communicate with all you. Hey, the people definitely communicate with me in the comment section for sure. For sure. On old videos, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, all those comments come to us all at one time. And people definitely let you know how they think and how they feel, what they think, and what they feel. So I'm going to let my feelings be known. Not feelings, my thoughts, right? I'm not really a feelings type. I feel, but I'm not controlled by my feelings. I like to give my thoughts. So now, but yeah, it could go way past $210 long term, considering how bullish Solana is, especially if they keep their word. And Solana, you better not disappoint me. I don't think you are. You've been doing great so far, but one of your representatives in an article a while ago said that you wanted to go after some banks. You didn't say how many, but I'm paraphrasing, of course, but you indicated you wanted to go after some banks. Do that. Go get those banks. But if something like that happens, because it seems like Chainlink and Solana, they seem like they're on the same path as far as going after financial institutions now. Like I said, they became bank coins. I told you that's what it was going to take. But if that happens, yeah, $210 easy at some point in the future. If that happens. Solana price is a hot topic of discussion in the crypto community as it revived from a 96% crash to become the fourth largest cryptocurrency by market cap. I'm glad you said that. So many people for so long told me Solana was trash. I don't talk about Solana all the time. I got a lot of stuff I don't talk about all the time. I try to rotate unless it's something that gives me hot, fresh news like XRP all the time, right? I hold it and it has hot, fresh news all the time. But people once told me like Solana was trash. And I said, hey, this one Solana was at its lowest point. I was like, okay, whatever, I see this as bullish. I hear what they're saying. I see the projects they're working on. They're getting praised by big companies. And then what happened? Boom. Solana exploded to where it is now. Where I grabbed up and gobbled up some Solana is nowhere near this price. It's so far down. People with minds will be blown in the future if they knew. Right. And I'm just saying that as an example of like, sometimes you have to stand on what you know. And don't go by what other people tell you. Other people will make you sell something or buy something at the wrong times. And then they're not responsible. They're not going to help you later, or comfort you if you sold something and it explodes like what Solana did. They're not going to come comfort you, so you got to make your own decisions. Stand on that. Anyway, it says, despite the correction, Sol price analysis suggests the asset may rally back to $210 to the $210 yearly high. All right, anything's possible. We shall see. Sol price is in an upward trend as the price has broken out of a descending triangle and is trading above the 50-day green line and 200-day black line at exponential moving averages. This signals a strong bullish momentum. Recent candlesticks formation also supports the bullish thesis following the breakout from the descending triangle, with several large green candles indicating strong buying pressures. A small double top pattern is currently forming above the descending triangle. So, now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with this. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.